Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 15 Minutes with Lori. I bet some of you, if you saw the video this weekend, raise your hand if anybody saw the video.
I did, yes.
Thank you, Jan. Anybody else see
You're
the video?
welcome.
Okay. So anyways, I spoke in the video this morning about SAM. And what is SAM? SAM stands for Seller Approved Marketing. The MLS is stating that it's more choice and more transparency. This is in relation to the National Association of Realtors update to their clear cooperation. So in Maris, it is going to be the delayed marketing exempt listing, but it will be known as the Seller Approved Marketing, known as SAM, and will incorporate the required attributes of the National Association of Realtors delayed marketing exempt listing, and that's known as the DMEL. So the delayed marketing exempt listing is the DMEL. So Maris, it's part of Maris's improvements as well. So they feel that the seller approved marketing is a better reflection on the true nature of the listing choice in the MLS. Okay, so Maris will likely introduce this new status in July or August. It has to be done by the end of September, according to the National Association of Realtors, okay? But Maris wants to ensure that the rollout of the data improvements, that they are correct before they get it going. So it's scheduled, so the data dictionary improvements are scheduled for May the 12th, okay? And then they'll have at least 60 days before they introduce anything new. And then let's talk about the days on the market with it. So the days on the market with the SAM, which is what did I call it? The Sellers Approved Marketing. So the days of the market for this and the cumulative days on the market, those will change as the price changes. Let's see, like they have here days on market, DOM, and cumulative days on market, CDOM, and price changes will not be tracked while they are listed as SAM, okay? So they think that the Maris approach to this with the SAM indicator will solve many of the existing problems with the office exclusive indicator, okay? So in addition, I want to talk a little bit about private supplements. So adding private supplements, the capability for that. A new capability for private supplements will be added to the MLS, allowing the upload of documents attached to the listing that will remain private to the brokerage and the MLS staff during this SAM, okay? So the delayed marketing, well, that National Association of Realtors is calling it the delayed marketing, and Maris will be calling it SAM, the Seller Approved Marketing. So what is that? So when you put it into the MLS, all agents across the MLS will see the listing in the multiple listing system. They will all see it, but it will not be marketed. It will not go out to the general public. But the individual listing agent, according to the seller's approval, can put it out on their own website where they would manually enter it. They can also put it into their social media or any other platform that they feel the need to market it, okay? But no other agent will be able to market it, only that particular listing agent. So in that case, through IDX, it will not go to our website. It will not go to Zillow. It will not go to Realtor.com or anything like that. The listing agent can do flyers. They can put it out there, but that is it, okay? At this time, I do not know of a deadline for it to go active. I'm hoping that they will implement such a thing, okay? But during that time, you can do private supplements. So when you put supplements into Maris, you can mark them as private until it goes active, okay? But you know that they can be there, okay? But this is all the seller's decision, okay? So back on March 27th, they rolled out that one-to-one communication is now permissible with the office exclusive listings. So, before with the office exclusive listings, the only people we could talk about this listing to were our direct buyers and within our company. Now you can have a one-to-one conversation with any agent outside the company, but it can only be one individual. So you can have a phone call. If you're talking to another agent, they're, just in general saying, I've got this buyer looking for such and such. You have the ability to say, well, I have one over on 123 Main Street. Okay. Would you like to take a look at it? Now, if that agent shows it, it still will have to go active. It cannot stay in office exclusive. It can only stay in office exclusive if you are merely having a one-to-one conversation with an agent. You can do an email to that one agent, but you cannot do a blast. You cannot share it with multiple people at the same time. You can't even do a blind copy. If you're sending it to one person and you want to send it to others, you cannot do a blind copy as well. Bless you. Okay. So this all is in regards, again, to the National Association of Realtors. I know I'm kind of babbling on. Is there any questions that anybody has in regards to this new status?
I guess, so what are the advantages and disadvantages to that?
Go ahead.
I guess I'm trying to wrap my head around it because now, even though it's up to the seller to decide, they still rely on us for our guidance on whether or not they should do that. So I just want to make sure that I have the correct information when I do present it, because, yeah.
That's a great question. And I know that's a lot of people's questions in their mind. So the advantage, I wouldn't say there's necessarily an advantage. What I do, except for the seller. So it's really, truly only if the seller does not want it fully marketed. It's their decision. That's it, period. It's not our decision. It's the seller's decision. So if they think that, let's say they own a business and they don't want all their neighbors to know that they're selling their house because they don't want it getting back to their employees. Maybe the neighbors don't get along and they just, for safety purposes, they just don't want to advertise their home for sale. Or maybe they're just not fully ready for it yet. That goes back to the office exclusive as well. If they're waiting to get carpet put in, or you're waiting to get professional photos that they would like for you to do, or they're waiting for staging, secure the listing and get it out there. But we have to explain to the seller the disadvantages of these things too, because if we are not actively marketing a listing, there is the possibility that they may not get the best price for their home because it's not going out to everyone. But the seller needs to ultimately know that. So the seller's approved marketing, which is SAM, and the office exclusive, there are new forms that are going to be coming out for the sellers to sign off on. It gives more transparency on the ramifications if they do not fully market it. So we have to not just have them sign that form. We need to explain that form to them. Okay. So I hope that answered your question, Josie. Again, it's really the seller's choice.
Mm-hmm. So, can they switch to having it as an active listing afterwards? After they sign the SAM and everything, or do they just have to have it as
No, if they go into the seller approved marketing at any given time, that seller can say, hey, no, I want it to go fully active now. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that answers my question. Yep.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Any other questions? You're welcome. Any other questions that anyone might have? Okay, well, I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes back to your day. If you have any questions about these upcoming statuses, please reach out directly to me or Mark Thayer or Bill Stanek. Any of us can answer those questions. But by the way, there could be some more information rolling out before it actually goes active. And pay attention to the Maris emails and really read them. there are classes coming up. I'm actually going to be doing one next week on this status. So I'll get more information to share with you. I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up on it. Okay. So have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
bye.
Bye.